What's going on? This is My Life in the Shop. I'm your host, Donald Washington. I'm going to bring you guys a story out of Virginia. Graduation shooting. Renee, what's going on with this?
Yes, on Tuesday, June 16th at about 5:13 p.m., Richmond High School was having a graduation outside of the Altria Theater when a gunman opened fire, hitting seven people, two people being pronounced a son and a stepfather, and a 9-year-old hit by a car trying to get away who was related to the victims that are now deceased. She was treated at the scene. As far as I know, she's fine now, recovering. So I think we have an identity for the gunman.
So, the identity for the gunman. His name is 19-year-old Amari Pollard. He was taken into custody. They did have police there, a big police presence there, which is unfortunate. Why was there need for a police presence at a graduation? Chris Rock said it best. You can't have nothing. Can't get to the movies. Why? Because ignorant fools in there shooting it up. Wow, the movie's so good, I gotta bust a cap in here. The safest spot in the world you could be is a graduation in one of the top 10 safest cities. Virginia. Richmond, Virginia.
Yeah, you very rarely hear stories like this coming out of Virginia, so I was really surprised by that. And so it seems like, sweet 16 birthday party, you can't have that. Now you can't be at a graduation.
So now, check this out. They're going to say the suspect, 19-year-old Amari Pollard, was arraigned Wednesday morning on 2 counts of second-degree murder. Why not first-degree murder? What they're going to say is that this was a targeted attack. They're going to say Pollard had an ongoing dispute with the 18-year-old victim. He was 19. The victim, Shawn Jackson, was 18 years old. This is Shawn Jackson up here. This is his stepdad. All right? They're going to say that the victim, the suspect and the victim had an ongoing dispute, and it was a targeted attack. Further charges are pending, however. All right? We do have 5 other victims. Now, the victims' ages range from 14 to 58. Let me repeat that. There's a 14-year-old, and one of the victims, from what I understand, is in critical condition. I did hear lately that all the victims are stable, but at the time of the shooting, one of the victims was in critical.
And also, no, all of those victims were males, by the way, too.
Also, they're labeling this as a mass shooting. They're also saying that the suspect was found with four handguns.
Right. Yeah, and that would make that mass shooting number 279 for this year.
279 mass shootings in this city. Also, all right, so let's get into the 9-year-old girl was struck and injured by the car and the chaos following the shooting. She was related to the family of the 2 people who were pronounced unbelievable. I couldn't even imagine a great day. Also, they're saying the stepdad, Renzo Smith, who was only 36 years old, he's still young.
Right. Yeah, definitely.
He's a hero, from what I understand. Family member says that he was trying to shield Shawn from the suspect. And that he's a quiet guy, and he's an Army vet. Quiet guy.
Right. So, yeah, he was definitely a hero, former Army vet. And, yeah, he was definitely a hero, trying to save someone.
I don't understand why these youngsters just can't fight. I'm going to bring you guys also that Virginia ranks as one of the top 10 safest cities in America. Because how is that not first degree? Because if you read this, first degree murder usually falls in one of the following 2 categories. Premeditated, intentional. So if this was a targeted hit, and at a graduation, that alone should have been a sanctuary spot. I think the fines should quadruple if you do something at a graduation. We did stories on a funeral. It's just no limits to where some of these criminals are going.
Birthday parties, and mind you, it's broad daylight. It's 5 something in the afternoon. It's still light outside and just no care in the world. He was arrested immediately because, of course, you're not going to be able to get away. So just brazen crimes, middle of the day, no concern for other human life because he hit other unintended people.
So, second degree murder is an unplanned, intentional killing, reaction to a heat of the moment when angry. So, I mean, from what I showed you guys the video of the shooting, it didn't look like, well, it wasn't on the young man Shawn, but when angry. So I could see if the other young man was in the graduation, but I didn't hear that was the case.
Right. Unless he showed up for someone else's graduation, but then why do you have 4 handguns on you? I don't understand that part.
And why are you shooting 4 other people? Oh, they're never gonna let. They're gonna also hit him with 5 counts of attempt as well. Those are pending. They're saying
Right.
second degree murder, a death caused by reckless disregard for human life.
Absolutely. You hit other unintended people. Yes, absolutely.
So Virginia, as you see, doesn't have that many shootings. This
Right.
is not just. This is a United States of America problem. There are entirely too many guns on the streets. There was a shooting, a school shooting at, I forget, I don't know, some country, and they protested for weeks.
Yeah.
But I get it. I know people love their guns. I have mine as well. But however, how is it that so many? I remember back in the 90s, early 2000s, it was very rare that, like in the whole hood, it was 4 or 5 guns in the whole neighborhood. In a lot of
Right.
now, average person has 4 or 5 guns.
Right.
Easy.
Because he was allegedly caught with
4 handguns. Man, you could go out there
Just
and
on
get
him.
2, 3 guns like that. You could just, hey, homie, yeah, you got, and just buy them. So this is a issue just going on. I mean, it's only getting worse. We're hearing a park. I just did a story of a 20 young man being hit 25 times at a park. This is happening in each city, you name it. It's not exempt nowhere.
So also note that they put the future graduations, so whatever graduations they had planned, now they have them on hold. So now, they have to figure out, okay, how can we make this safer because they don't want something like this to happen again. So kids that are supposed to be graduated now, that it has to be put on hold because people want to do stuff like this.
We literally ruin everything. We can't have graduations now. I
Birthday
just
parties,
did a story where
Sweet 16.
Walgreens got to have everything behind a glass because everybody is stealing everything. Stores all over the country are closing. It's just ignorant fools ruin it for everyone.
Funerals, yeah.
You literally, it's just you can't have anything.
Yeah, because you would think a graduation would be fair. I mean, I just wouldn't think something would happen at a graduation. I'm sorry. That would just never cross my mind. So I'm wondering, why was he at the graduation? Was he graduating, or did someone he know was graduation? Also, I wonder if he had a license for those guns, and then if not, how did he get 4 guns illegally?
Right, and I want to find out the pending charges. He definitely, those 4 guns, were they registered? If not, because if you're brazen enough to walk into a crowd in broad daylight and shoot allegedly 7 people, killing 2 of them, you should never, ever see no part of daylight ever again.
Right.
I'm wondering.
I'm sure if he's found guilty, they'll throw the book at him.
And does Virginia have the death penalty?
That's a good question. I wouldn't be surprised if they do. I wouldn't be surprised.
All right. Anyway, appreciate you, Renee, for coming on. Make sure you guys like, subscribe. Let me know what you think about this video. Peace, y'all.
In the shy. Ooh, it's my life in the shy.